Yo, what's poppin'? You already know, man. Damn, I was about to say the Wolf and J Hill the Wolf. It ain't that. It's trading thoughts.
We trading thoughts today, man.
Damn, man, I'm fucking up, man.
I think that made it easier.
Yeah.
We just trading thoughts.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was a little selfish. I was feeling the names. You feel me? Like, fuck it.
No,
Like,
it was crazy because I like it, but I think when I accepted trading thoughts is because I feel like, what if this shit get bigger than us and we like, you know what? We want the show to go on.
I ain't mad at that.
We need some new faces.
I ain't mad at that.
I feel like it could outlast us. So
But you
it's
think-
good in it.
I don't think the audience is gonna fuck with that though.
Nah, I think they're gonna fuck with it. You don't
If
think
we move on,
Oh no, I ain't no.
They
They
gonna
might
be
not.
pissed.
But listen, but if you think about the growth and development of it, depending on how long, we might have a Trading Thoughts women's series, or we could bring in a sports version. So it just got potential. It's so much growth in it.
I fuck with that. That's you. Yeah, I'm with that 100%.
All right, so today we Trading Thoughts not just with me and you though. We actually got a special guest. You
Yes,
know
sir.
what I mean?
What
We
up,
got my guy, Mr. Ryan Harrison here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all.
But you ain't known as Ryan. So what they know you as?
They call me As I Plant This Seed.
As I Plant This Seed. Can you give us a little bit more insight on that?
So As I Plant This Seed is our organization that we started 12 years ago, 2012. So 10 years ago, going on 10 years. We going into our 10th year next year. So just it's the name of our organization. We cater to at-risk youth in the Hunter Park section and the surrounding section of Philadelphia. We work with the kids between the ages of 11 and 17. We got a mentorship program that started with 8 kids, and now we have a revolving door of 70 kids that's consistently coming through the door. So we just working, man, trying to get back to the community, steer the kids in the right path, just push them to their full potential, give them things that they're not learning in school, man. Just trying to do the best we can for the youth, that's all.
Nah, yeah, I feel that, and fuck that. Ryan being humble. Ryan got his foot on their neck in the city. He putting that groundwork in. You know what I'm saying? And like
A little bit.
I watched the program grow and develop. Like he said, from 8 kids to now them having like every week is you got a center, the treehouse.
Absolutely.
It's always filled. They got after school programs, and I always respect the people that still doing the groundwork because I don't do the groundwork no more. I use my platform, I use my influence, and I talk to the people. But my messages don't resonate if it ain't somebody there to implement it. So, you know what I mean? I got to tip my hat to you. Fuck all that humble
that,
shit.
Man. I appreciate that.
Y'all actually wanted to ask you something, and because we had a conversation last week about doing the groundwork and shit.
Yes,
Before
sir.
we do that, though, I definitely want to pay some bills real quick. For sure. We want to definitely shout out the team.
Sure.
Yeah, shout out to Magnum Lifestyle Media. You feel what I'm saying? Had to make sure I say media. Shout out to my guy, Niles Braxton Photography. You know what I mean? Everybody that's on the behind the scenes back into making sure that we get this content out to y'all live and direct and with great quality. Let's get it.
If it ain't for them guys, we wouldn't even be here. You feel
Yeah,
me? So shout out to the niggas behind the scenes putting that work in.
Shout
Hell
out,
yeah.
shout out.
I wanted to ask you about just the groundwork of how you even get started, right? Like, how do you, like, because it's called the treehouse, right?
Yeah.
And you dealing with I don't want to say at risk youth,
yeah.
but it's youth that came from where we came from,
Absolutely.
right? But we was having a conversation last week saying like it takes a special somebody to go into the trenches and talk to these kids because they ain't listening to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
How was you able to connect with these guys or these?
Well, I'm gonna
these
start.
kids?
Truthfully, I'm from Hunter Park, born and raised. Played for the North Philly Aztecs. Shout out to them. I actually coach them now. So, I'm a Hunter Park native. My mentor, I was about to call him my old head, but I'm gonna say my mentor,
That's
the
some
late
Philly
great,
shit.
yeah, for sure, the late great Wayne Allen. Pretty much raised me since I was a pup. In football, and then mentoring me into, helped me and grooming me into the man I am today. And just he kind of like put a lot of the community aspect in, making sure you do for your hood and give back. And that was one of the stamps early on when I was young to make me know what kind of direction I was going to go to. I looked up to him, great deal of respect for him. He died to the last day of his last breath. He took care of the community. So that was something that, I always wanted to do. But Hunter Park is where I'm from, so it was easy to just kind of get right in there, talking to, my friends. They got kids. I got kids. It's easy to get to, have access to those kids, but you still got to do the groundwork like you're saying. And, just putting the time in, just trying to figure out what they wanted, what they needed, doing needs assessment, just to make sure that we put them in the right place or putting them on the right path for them to be all that they can be. You know what I mean? So that groundwork is crucial, like you're saying.
Facts.
So I know you we like what he said, we was talking or whatever the case may be, and like part of the discussion was just about like, you know, some kids that might be hard headed or whatever, right? So like when you got the kids that's not really receptive to the message, you know, how do you approach that? Like what's your approach? You like, all right, he don't want this.
So
the knuckleheads, I guess.
Yeah. So those are the best ones actually, because those are the ones that keep you honest with this work. Because if you're not really for it, when you run into them, you ain't gonna be able to stick around for a long time.
And it's gonna show. It's gonna show.
So
I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Those are ones that they challenge you, but at the same time they make you better. They sharpen you and they get you prepared for other kids that might be having the same issues or coming from the same backgrounds. It's a little bit different, a little bit more harsh than some of the other ones. So you gotta pay more attention to them, be more attentive, be on their top. And you got to hold their hand and walk them through a whole lot of these experiences. And you got to be consistent, and you can't turn your back on them.
That's a fact. I actually said that. Then I remember I said, yo, like, the hood will stop respecting you when you turn your back on the hood. But as long as you never turn your back on the hood, no matter how far you go, they always going to have that respect because they feel like you could connect to them. And you be like hope. Like, it's like, damn, like, this person made it out, so I could do it too. Yep. As long as you don't turn your nose up to them.
It's crazy you said that, right? Because I think my argument was basically like, niggas that's in an
argument.
Nah, I mean, it's just, you
I'm
know,
fucking with
my
you.
side. Facts. I like the energy already. I fuck with the energy. Niggas know me. I'm ready. But look, my argument was, I was basically saying, niggas, when I look at kids in the hood, right? Well, I look at kids that's in the hood that's intentionally in the hood. When I think of,
when you say intentionally in the hood, what that mean?
That know exactly what they want to do. They know they out here. They know what's going on. I feel like when I look at,
when you say they intentionally in the streets,
exactly.
I got you.
And that's see, I'm glad we got an interpreter. But that's basically
we might need an interpreter every time.
Niggas that's in the streets know exactly what they in the streets.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But when I think of like,
but that's not true though.
Talk to me.
True.
Talk to me.
So a lot of them be out there because they don't have no identity. They don't know that they got other opportunities. Like literally, like we can sit here and say like the world we have access at our fingertips and all that, but is that really real when it comes to actually go through it and then being resisted or being rejected so many times when you're trying to do X, Y, and Z, and then you got big homie right here or whatever, little homie, however you want to call him, he gonna give it to you right then and there. It's an immediate response to something that you're going through. It's easier for somebody that don't know no better, that don't have no guidance, really don't have no father figure, don't really have nothing to look up to, and then you got him. And it's right there, and it seems like that person is looking out. So a lot of them don't really even want to be out there.
So it's crazy because like when I was saying last week, when I was like a lot of them, they could become pawns, and you was like, nah, you think so? You was like, if my old heads come home from jail, you know, modern young boys might not respect them. And I'm like, no, they become pawns because they don't realize that like they become a product of a bigger agenda. The agenda is being pushed by that person that's out there that got the shit, that's giving it to them because he running his own movie or whatever the case may be. And I feel like another thing that we talked about, and I was trying to explain, like, you know, a lot of them young boys, like you said, they lack the identity, but at the same time, it's like they looking for love and guidance. So
absolutely,
they not looking to reject that because you know, some from the outside perspective, they looking for acceptance. That's 100%
and belongingness.
100%. So it's like for them young boys that's outcast, right? For the ones that's like, you know, man, fuck out of here, old head, Drew on that bullshit, whatever the case may be. Like, where you think that stem from? You know what I'm saying? Like, or why is they rebelling against the because he felt like it was a lot of them.
I feel like
he felt like it was a lot of them, and I felt like I'm like, yo, I can still go down my neighborhood and talk to them boys.
Though. I mean, okay, you could definitely go to the neighborhood when you get to a space of influence for sure. But any person not just gonna be able to walk up to the average young boy that's out there,
and that's what he was
saying.
That's
what I was trying to say.
So why is that though? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
let's talk specifically about
they already been abandoned though.
Right.
They already been abused to this point, and they already
there's a protection mechanism.
Absolutely.
It's like, I'm not even letting myself get close to you. Fuck you.
Especially, you gotta think though. Just keep it a being. Your mom's supposed to be your nurturer, and your dad is supposed to be protector and provider. If you don't got nobody, the person that you came from is not protecting and providing for you. Most of the time, that's what's going on. Then how you trust anybody talking about they gonna do X, Y, and Z? Or
no, that's
what happens is
that's the hardest thing to do.
And to add to that, right? It's crazy because I feel like a lot of times because we don't have that father figure to protect and provide for us, our mother got to play a dual role, right? So now
they can't. It's impossible.
It's impossible. Now what happens is she's trying to be a nurturer, but she also trying to give us discipline as well.
Yeah.
And then what happens, I feel like they shut us down in a way, not intentionally, but I think a lot of men can contest to this when they have a single mother. It's like she tell you, of course, she be like, don't cry. I'm not saying fathers don't.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But I think I've seen it more with my moms. You feel me? Of course, she just raising by herself.
Right.
But now I can't speak to my mom. Now I'm shut down. Right? So now what I'm doing, I'm going in the streets and nobody want to listen to me. Exactly. Now I'm angry. Yeah, and guess what? I can't speak to my moms, but I know you ain't about to do this shit to me. You feel me? Now I flex a little bit and now niggas listen to me and it's like, I'm big dog.
For sure.
So what I was trying to say is I feel like, perfect like you said, a lot of people can't talk to these kids in the streets. But what happens is I feel like you do have those ones that want it, and the ones that want it, you can almost tell. Like I feel like when I came up, I played a lot of sports. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of role models and I have a father figure, but I had a lot of mentors in my life coming up because that's what I wanted.
That's a good job.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good setup.
That's necessary.
That's a good setup.
And the dudes that were selling drugs, like I was telling them like I'm a hood nigga, but I'm not of the hood.
Sure.
I'm not a product of my environment because the niggas that was on the corners, they was telling me go to school.
I'm right with you.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like and I learned at a young age that I ain't have to be, even though I was tough and I could fight, I ain't have to be a tough nigga. It's different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta be a hood nigga to protect my family.
No, 100%.
And I learned that we was just having a conversation like, yo, I feel like these niggas that's in the street, you ain't about to just walk up to them and be like, hey, man.
Would you good in sports?
Yeah.
And we talked about that last week too. That's where
that's
like
the protection you get when you
that's the community.
Sports. You're right.
You become the host.
That's a natural.
Nah, that's
thing.
Right. That's right. Because there was other niggas that wasn't as good that was in the like.
And they
didn't care. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And I think for me, my experiences was different than y'all because I actually was in the streets. You know what I mean? I actually was active. I never was on the side or whatever the case may be. But I hung with niggas like that was on the side, and they was my friends too. Right. That's how I was able to successfully get out the streets because having access to other niggas that was on different shit. It was because I had other friends.
Right. Let's talk about that, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
My friend, right? Damn, I wish I would have connected my phone. I would have called him. So my friend was like that. He got out the streets like a little bit older than I was. Like it was by the time high school. And did you ever notice that like your friends that you had that was in the streets, did they get jealous when you start getting out the streets?
Yeah, that's just I ain't gonna lie, right? That's 100% true. I think that's like the hood mindset anyway. Like that is inevitable.
I'm gonna give you a job.
It's inevitable that it happened like that. They feel like, you know what it is though? They feel like they being left behind, and they can see it because you gotta think like when you younger, before you know yourself as a man.
Different.
Yeah, but even as a man, when you know yourself as a man. I mean, when you younger, your biggest fear be getting left behind.
For sure.
Like, you don't want to be the last of your friends. You don't want to be. So when you go on to start to do better, that instantly is a reflection of like, oh shit, like he doing better, which means we being left behind. So they resist it.
And it don't even gotta be necessarily be better. It could just be different than what they know.
Exactly.
Or dealing with.
Yeah, you're right. That's a better word. Doing different.
Doing different. I remember me. You know, I'm growing up behind the park. I got my friends. We all got the same tattoo. Like, we grew up like that. I ain't in the streets though. Never was. Football player, you know what I mean? Scholar, good grades, all that. But my boys, you know what I mean?
And it's crazy.
We grew up like that. I go to college. When I come home, I bring some friends with me.
Yeah.
Who's these?
Yeah. No, but that's you know you can't just bring your college friends.
That's true. That's true.
It's crazy because I was in high school when this was happening, and like I had that. I kind of like learned from
happened early.
Yeah, so I learned from my friendships and like just early. You know what I'm saying? Because like I knew I didn't want no parts of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I fought a lot, so I think that helped me as well.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because I fought a lot, I was able to recognize that, yo, I'm good. I don't have nothing to prove. You know what I'm saying?
I think that
everybody don't get that either though.
Yeah, like I fought a lot. So it was like, man, bro, I'm good. So by the time I got to high school, by the time I got to high school, I met my man, it's a close friend of mine, his name Darwin. He actually helped me move down here. And when I met him, I'm like, bro, we on some different shit.
Right.
You feel me? But his friends was like trying to like make fun of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you leaving the hood for this nigga. You don't even know this nigga. He trying
that should be happening.
You know
that should be happening.
And it was like, it was crazy because I seen him go through this transformation. I didn't have to because by the time I got in high school,
you was already
my niggas, they had the little flags and shit like that. And they already, like you said,
they
niggas know what time it is.
They already know. And
you feel me?
Like,
neutral. Nah, I'm good.
Neutral, and you could be neutral.
Yeah. It's crazy that you even said that, right? Because like, I'm going to say two things. One, I was speaking to like my experience or whatever, being in the streets, and it was like, I know that even if we was rebelling against you, like you said, it was about not being let down. And you know, like it is a big identity thing because it's like if you take that away, like I always say, once you take the title of a shooter away from a young boy, give him a better title to wear, he would never call himself a shooter again.
Right.
I ain't saying he ain't never gonna shoot nobody again. I'm saying he ain't gonna want to be a demon, a
These
goon.
kids say demon. That be
what? But it's like that's because that's your identity. Like, what are
Right.
you known for? What's your reputation? So like when I was coming up or whatever the case may be, it's like it was the old heads out there. I don't know. I felt like the ones that was really gangsters was reserved to the people. We respected the old heads. We never was going there. And I'm not saying I was the toughest person, but I'm just saying even my friends who might have been doing more than I was, they never. We was cleaning the neighborhood up. We was taking care of the community. So it was like if somebody like Ryan came down. Unless Ryan full of shit, we ain't gonna disrespect.
Right.
We had a guy named Mr. Richard Washington. I spoke about him last week. Nobody in the neighborhood, I don't care how tough you was, how much shit you did. Never in life will you disrespect Mr. Washington because he the only nigga running the basketball leagues. He the only nigga giving us hope. We had him, Mr. Jamal Coleman, Mr. We used to call him Uncle Tone. These are the people that was running our basketball leagues. Mr. Officer Mike from the Power Center.
Right.
These are the people. So we was never. They could actually say whatever they wanted to us.
Right.
Like yo, it be time, man. Y'all out here doing this. They're the most toughest nigga when they turn their back. Oh shit, Uncle Tone coming, yo, chill. Because it was that type of level of respect. So we never was really saying like, yo, oh here, fuck you, go somewhere with that. Unless you were just a flea.
Right.
And when you say the hood to keep you honest, that's true because if you a flea, they gonna treat you like one.
Kids,
now to the go ahead.
It's crazy that like because it's like I think I talked about this before. The hood to keep you honest and like I think your hometown gonna keep you honest. Period. And why I say that is because you know there's a lot of perpetrators out here.
That's a fact.
A lot of niggas get out there city and act like they somebody they not.
That's a
And
fact.
what happens is when you go back to your city, it always gonna show.
Yeah, I
like
deal with that.
that's the one thing. So like social media, we can say a lot of negative things about social media, but the one positive that you can say, I think it helps keeps you honest too, because you perpetrate too much. Niggas know who you
People
are.
ain't calling
Niggas in Baltimore is calling you the fuck out.
People ain't doing it like that no more. They letting people run their
niggas in Baltimore. The one thing I can say about Baltimore, bro, you try to fake on the internet.
So they gonna
Fake
call you
on the
out
internet.
on the person.
Boy,
Bro.
niggas gonna post you, bro. I didn't see so many pages like niggas get exposed.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what? I didn't see niggas get exposed, bro. I ain't
I
gonna lie, bro.
don't see too much of that.
You try to perpetrate.
I ain't gonna lie. You know why people in Philly don't do that shit? Because everything's so personal. It just be like, you really just be like, man, that's them niggas. Like, they want to be fraud.
If they on that, if them boys gonna switch sneakers and take pictures and do all that, I've seen all of that.
Yeah.
Type of
Man, I heard y'all niggas
You know
talking
what I
about the some little
Let them do
Instagram site that like it show all the killings because we got something like
no
called-
guns on. Y'all got Murder Inc. Yeah.
But it's
that's
other,
what y'all got?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's
Murder Inc.
other pages that like, bro, nigga, let a nigga be frauding, bro. They gonna post your dumb ass. This shit gonna go crazy.
I don't know. Like, it's like one of them things where like niggas might know you a fraud, but I don't.
But
People,
nobody
ain't nobody
give you that much
niggas ain't gonna
energy.
challenge you.
Because
Yeah.
people got stuff. Niggas
don't give a fuck at the end of
We
the
got
day.
stuff to do in Philly.
Yeah.
It's too much to be worried about. They've been worried about exposing another
Next
dude.
man.
But the
Like,
crazy thing is, that's why, like, when I was saying to you last week, I'm like, it's a difference. Like, it's like when you know people out here doing that, you ain't trying to get like I'm not trying to get caught up in that shuffle.
Right,
So it's like,
right.
if anything is being said that make a motherfucker think that I'm on what they on, I'm always gonna make it clear I'm not one of them.
I'm not one of them.
Because what they on ain't what I'm on. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, and we see that, but it just be like it's sometimes it's hard to tell who when you looking at them from the same distance. So it's like you got no gold chain, this person got no gold chain, but from a distance you don't know who gold chain really feel. You gotta get up close. Everybody can't get up close to a motherfucker,
like that,
so
exactly.
they going from the outside. So when you say certain shit that the outside can look at wrong, you gotta say, oh wait, no, my shit real.
Right.
This jury official. I
Right.
can't speak for them
Right,
niggas.
right.
But I got my shit from such and
that's
such.
probably the most thing. Like you'll get like somebody just letting you know like mine ain't on that.
Yeah, I ain't on that.
Like whatever. I don't know what them
them
niggas
niggas
doing over there, but this right here,
this ain't that.
this what I'm on. So it's like
Let me ask
however
y'all-
that is,
Let me
take
ask
that how
y'all
you want
this.
to.
I want to ask y'all this real quick. So we all from the streets, from the hood, or whatever we want to call it, right?
Mhm.
What do you think was one of the most fucked up lessons or things we saw coming out the hood? And it can be. I want you to think on it though. Like matter of fact, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
So like for me, right? My mom was a hustler, so like she always used to get it. And she when I was a kid, she used to let the drug dealers use my room to like fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Like she used to get money, like niggas to pay her for it. So like as a kid,
I ain't laughing, but I'm laughing.
nah, but no, as a kid, I
That's
thought
what you was exposed to.
yeah. So as
early
a
on.
kid, I thought like it was normal for like my mom's a hustler. I never really I told you I was always understanding like she getting his money. But what happened was I didn't understand or I didn't realize that I was getting exposed to sex so early.
Oh yeah,
right?
nah, that's real.
So because I was getting sex exposed to sex so early, I started sexualizing women, right?
Yeah.
I started like,
that makes sense.
I wanna do things at a young age because I see it. You feel me? So I think that was one of the most fucked up things. And the number 2 is, I'm gonna let y'all go say yours, is being a real nigga. I understood, like, I never forget, like, coming up, I always wanted to be a real nigga, and I always had it fucked up. Like, I thought being a real nigga was like not letting nigga play with you and shit like that. And I fight a lot because like I'm a real nigga.
I mean, still to a certain extent.
But it ain't about
that.
It's about man time, to be honest,
sure.
right? But I never understood how to differentiate or separate it. I ain't know how to separate the two because I'm coming from the hood. I only knew what being a real nigga was, right? So I feel like being a real nigga coming from the hood is like, a nigga not gonna play with me, a nigga can't talk about me crazy, anything, right? And then when I got older, I got into high school, I get fighting, I get kicked out, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm being a real nigga.
You like, I'm handling it wrong. It's crazy, right? Because like, I think that like my understanding of being what a real nigga was or whatever, it was like, it wasn't really so much about, it was really more so like your values and like your morals and like what you stand on. Like, cause like me being in the streets, now I can say, at a young age, because I feel like I had good examples. Now this isn't the best example because these are street examples, but just always, being taught, you know what I'm saying? Like just like honor and integrity and dignity. Yeah. So like more so like being real for me was just about being authentic more than it was about being tough. So like I had people that'd be like, man, if you ain't no fighter, I'd rather you say that than act like you gonna ride if we about to get jumped. If you ain't no killer, I'd rather you say that than pick this gun up and walk. Yeah. So when I look at real niggas or real, we grown now, so we can say real men, it'd be like your authentic self. So even when I was younger, I might have been like, oh, that's not real nigga shit. And it might be, running on your homie or some shit like that. But the real nigga would have knew like, man, I should have never went here because I was never that to begin with.
They used to do shit like this. They used to put like sticks on our shoulders and be like, if a nigga knock the stick off your shoulder, that's your mother. He disrespecting your mother. So like,
kids was cruel.
I'm talking like young age, but like
that's out of pocket.
Kids was cruel.
So like we came up on some like, man.
But it's like, but the crazy thing is though, like a lot of I will say this, like a lot of it do be about like, your rep and like, protect, cause it'd be like, we talked about like having that no talking mindset, right? And it's like, oh, like, no, when you see that nigga is on site, it ain't no talking. Sure. Yeah. So that's a fucked up mindset to have the hood because it's no conflict resolution.
None.
If you ever said something and you might have never said it, but if somebody say you said it, when I see you, I gotta do something to you or I'm a bitch.
Bro,
you get what I'm saying?
So you might disagree with this, and it's cool if you do because I'm on the opposite side too. So like I never get, I'm in corporate world now. I'm working, like I'm still hosting this shit, and we settled our differences, but we about to fight or whatever. We was having our words, and he put his cup down in the middle of us arguing. So I'm like, man, that's fighting shit. Like, you ain't gonna do shit. Real. And like, I still kind of feel similar, but at the same time, I feel like that's that hood mentality. Cause like, honestly, like you gotta read the room.
Yeah, that's
like,
a fact.
Cause come on, man, you at work. Like
that is the hood mentality. 100% the hood mentality.
I'm like, bro, you gotta read the room. Like,
that's the mentality.
That's the mentality.
But like coming from the hood, like now I'm like, I'm out of a job because I got this dumbass, and I was a grown ass man at this time. Like I'm grown as
you got
shit.
Triggered. Nigga
like,
said, you can't ask a nigga what's up in the wrong tone.
Facts.
No, that
like,
shit
man,
get you. But the crazy thing is, I was gonna say the thing that and I'm gonna give it to Ryan. I think one of the things that was too normalized, I feel like just violence in itself. Like it was just too normal, like to be physical, to resort straight to that. Like, like, oh, what you stepped on my sneaker, I'm gonna fuck you up. And then when you get older, the violence levels start to increase. Right. So I think that, like I was even saying last week, like even when it comes down to the amount of violence that's going on in the city, like even when I go to speak on it, it'd be like, I kind of understand street justice. Now I'm denouncing it by all means, and I'm not saying it's okay, but I seen it for so long. It's like, I kind of understood why this person did that to that person. And the world might think a way about it, but I seen it and I understand the street values. Like you could get killed for $1,000 in the streets. You burn you less than that. But I'm just saying, like a motherfucker take a half an ounce from you, half an ounce of weed, and by nature of what the street rules are. Oh, this motherfucker he think I'm a pussy, and it's like, it's normal for that. So if you hear like, he took him for a half, he killed him, everybody be like, oh, all right, it makes sense. But you in the world, like, you took him for.
But that's what I meant.
It was how much is a half ounce of weed? $120.
That's what I meant by being a real nigga. I meant to say like, I ain't a bitch, not being a real nigga.
Yeah, but
I ain't a bitch. But it's like, you ain't a bitch. Like, you got it fucked up. Like, you ain't a bitch because you walk away from a nigga.
Right. I just had to
that's
tell
what I
some
was
kids that the
saying.
other day.
It was crazy. We keep reverting to last week, but that's when I was saying, like, I was like, how you look at shit and how you handle it gonna be different. So you're like, Like before, you might be like, yo, this nigga just disrespecting me by saying blah, blah, boom. Now, before, that might get the shit slapped out of you. But now you're like, man, I ain't even dealing with that boy. He ain't even worth the energy.
Sure,
but I'm going to pass it to you. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm about to say that hood mentality right there. I'm glad that I never was forced into it or anything like that. I was always an athlete and respected. I'll rumble. You know, I like
athletes
that.
always
Back
like
in
to
the
fight
day,
little
yeah,
athletic
for sure. I
motherfuckers.
used to throw
Niggas
hands
be
and
cut
all
up.
that, like,
Even nigga, you be like, you don't want to fight the athlete
I'm
nigga.
giving out all this gas, all of that.
You taking it to the streets on that nigga.
No, for sure. And I don't want none of the gun work. But if you want to throw them hands, I'm gonna tighten you up, tune you up real quick, all that, whatever. But at the end of the day, like the mentality of that whole joint, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Go. I had you, bro. I had
you had me on phone?
I had you, bro.
We back with the bamboo again?
But you ain't let him finish.
All right, go ahead.
Let him finish. I had you. I got you.
But,
I got everybody is anxious on this motherfucker.
I want to see what it's hitting for. No, I ain't worrying about that.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I want to see what that joint hitting for.
But we let you finish.
But no, just the mentality, man, is a gift and a curse. I know a lot of my friends died in that mentality
100%.
or is stuck in that mentality. 100%. And it's kind of sad when, you know, you in the hood doing the stuff that I'm doing, you know, and they got skills, like real skills and abilities to be able to do stuff from the stuff that they doing that they gained from the streets, but they don't know how to turn it over.
That's a fact.
And that's the worst thing that I see that mentality is destroying us because they can't even see their value. They can't see their worth. And they really got real skills of managing money, managing this, they can't even see it.
The crazy thing is, because they go back to what y'all was saying about when you went to college and all of that, and your homie was trying to leave the streets alone, is that it's like they make you feel bad. They start guilting you. Like, damn, you giving up on the hood, you giving up on your block. Like, the moment, it's always going to be that resistance. And I went through it crazy, but the only reason, because, all right, so I feel like when you're trying to change your life around, you got to make a decision. So a decision isn't a choice. The decision means it's not an option. It means, like, it's either this or nothing.
Right.
So I'm standing on it. So when I said, I quit my last case in 2016, right? And I'm like, damn, like, I'm cool off this shit. My brother ended up having to actually do more time than me because of the situation or whatever the case may be. But even in the
what's the longest time you did?
30 days.
Oh, wow, yeah.
You
made it. You made it, too. You made it.
Bailed out. Wait, let me just, even when we quit that case, I bailed myself out, picked my other cousin up from jail, then went and bailed my brother out. To keep his business private. But long story short, I made that decision, and it was like a nigga that my friends that knew me, like how I was grinding or whatever, would be like, you ain't giving up. No, you ain't giving up. You making money. You ain't. I didn't leave when I was losing. I took everything I had when I got out, when I bailed myself, because in that year alone, I spent $10,000 on a lawyer for preliminary, $10,000 on bail after 10%, and then $10,000 on bail after 10%. So $30,000 within a 2-month span or whatever. And I know the new times is a little different, but for me, I grinded that money up nickel by nickel by nickel,
for sure,
dollar by dollar. So I'm like, damn, I keep hustling to give them my money. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm not hustling no more. I said, this is the last time that I'm going to sell a drug. I haven't sold a drug since that day. Never quit a case since then. I took the little bit of money that I had left or whatever the case may be. I bought hair bundles.
I'm about to ask you what you bought with it.
I started selling hair. End up getting a salon from it, whatever. The moment I made the decision to say I'm leaving this shit alone, nothing nobody could say or do was taking me back.
Let's drink to that.
See, everybody don't get for sure, but let me tell you something about how special that is. Everybody don't got that mindset to just turn it on and turn it off.
I had no choice though. I felt like
everybody have no choice though.
Everybody has a choice.
No. I mean, you want to go to jail or locked up?
Everybody,
you want to die? Like that's not a choice to me. You understand what I'm saying? So
everybody
it's like nobody don't really got a
When
choice,
I'm saying
but
this,
they
I
still
mean, like,
do it.
I gave myself no choice. Let me say that because it came with resistance.
You gave yourself no option.
No option. I said, you know what? It don't matter what this shit come with. I'm done with it.
For
whatever
sure.
case may be. So, and I was gonna stand on whatever came behind everything that I did up to that point.
That's why you here now, though.
Past that point.
That right there, that mindset. That's why you here now. Everybody don't got that. Everybody ain't equipped to be able to turn it on and turn it off. I see people right now. They up. Yeah. They can leave right now, and they not.
It's crazy because I mean,
you know what I mean?
Crack that. Let people know we're drinking though. You can't
drinking this bamboo. You know what I mean? Courteous to you know who this by? This like in the Bel Air family, right?
Yeah.
It's in the Bel Air family. What you want me to say, courteous to Mr. J Hill?
No, I'm saying you gotta. You know what I'm saying
J Hill brought the liquor.
No, I didn't. I'm not. Fuck me. It was this bamboo. You gotta shout them out, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
shout out to the sponsors, Bamboo, man. They making sure they always lace us with the latest. And right now we drinking on this Bamboo, the original. So this rum.
What's that? Cognac?
It's rum.
That's rum?
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think Lil Wayne do represent this brand. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I'm sorry, Lil Weezy.
No, you good,
Shout out
dog.
to Lil Wayne.
It's crazy. I got this tattoo. I got this tattoo. It's called. It's a cross. On one side it say life. On another side it say chance. And basically it's saying as long as you got life, as long
got a
as
chance.
you know what I'm saying. As long as you breathing, as long as you got air in your lungs, you got a chance to do whatever you feel in life.
sure.
You know what you got to do? Oh, no, I just.
No, go ahead. I just feel like the end. What I was saying is a lot of people feel like they don't have a choice. They just don't know they got a choice.
No, that's a fact. And I was about to say
That's what we was talking about. Exposure.
I was just about to say that. Come down what we exposed to, and a lot of the times we don't know. We don't see past the borders of our neighborhood.
You gotta pour your own
right?
poison.
So you gotta think of your resources, right? When you go on your phone book, right? When you think about who you could call, most of them young boys' contacts is other people that's in the streets from other neighborhoods.
That's for sure.
So they wouldn't even know where to start if they was trying to go on another path.
Right.
Luckily for me, which I will say is
got
because
some
I played
thoroughheads.
sports.
There you go.
I did different shit. Like I would have never left the city if I never played AAU. Playing AAU, my coaches paid for me to go to different cities. I seen different shit. And I was always smart in school, and I didn't go to my neighborhood school. That saved my life because from 1st to 8th grade, I went to an academic school. So it's like one of the things where it's like I ended up in my neighborhood
So you was
school,
always
high
smart.
school. I was around people from different communities, different places with different backgrounds that gave me a different experience.
To
you
know
know what I'm
better.
saying?
To
No
know
pun
better.
intended. Y'all know I got the event space, different experiences. But had to plug that. But that gave me a different experience to where though it was like, nah, like even when I came back to the hood, it was like, y'all niggas been to the elementary school together, the middle school together, and the high school together. This is all y'all know.
That's it.
I actually know people from other neighborhoods that I actually could say I grew up with too. So that already gave me range. So when I started doing other shit, it's like, damn, how much more of the world can I be exposed to? And I never was a product of being a corner boy. Even when I was hustling, I played my phone. I never really
Pour
was
up,
a corner
man.
boy.
I want.
I'm gonna tell you how important that exposure is too, because my 2nd grade teacher, Mr. Warren, you know, I come from a family of
Nah, this nigga
working
pour like got
family.
Pepsi or some
This
shit.
right here,
Like,
this
he said that's light. He said this right here. That's
He's a
light.
casual
we had the
drinker.
podcast.
Nah, facts. We here with it, man.
We
Go
here.
ahead.
Go ahead, talk about the exposure.
But my experience,
Do your thing.
2nd grade, my 2nd grade teacher, shout out to Mr. Warren, still in my life right now. I call him my mentor now. He can't be my teacher.
Yeah.
But, you know, my mentor, Mr. Warren, you know, 2nd grade, I knew nothing about college, honestly. I got sisters, brothers, my mom, my dad, nobody went to college. My dad, gospel singer, worked for UPS, like that kind of work. We weren't talking about college in the household. 2nd grade, Mr. Warren take us to Cheney University for a class trip. I was sold at 2nd grade. By the time I got to high school, when they start talking about, oh, you about to graduate high school, where you going, what you about to do, it's like, oh, I'm going to Cheney.
Yo.
It was nothing, like, and if I didn't have that experience, if I didn't go there, that being exposed to it that early, not even thinking about what's after high school, thinking about getting a job, but like now he putting something else on, you know, in my path that I could choose another route. And once I did that, it was a wrap.
I want to do a hard stop right there.
Go ahead,
I want to talk to you guys about legacy.
Okay.
Right? Because I feel like you talked about like your teacher, you talked about like you not being a product of being a corner boy, right? And you had to make a decision.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
nice.
When you hear, you fuck with that?
That's nice.
That's not bad. Yeah, that shit got some little sentiment to it. You feel me?
Oh, no,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. It ain't hard.
Yeah. Right at all.
it ain't. So yeah, when we talk about legacy, what's the first thing that come to mind? I'm gonna ask you first.
So I
What
was
does
just
it
talking
mean
to
to you
Wolf.
for real?
It's not a legacy. Not even really about you. For me,
The fact.
legacy is about what you were able to do in this world for others. You know what I mean? And I think that when you do stuff for others, your name go way longer than stuff that you did for yourself.
100%. 100%.
And we were just talking about legacy too. And I was just talking about one of my mentees. Like I said, I got 5 graduating classes of mentees since I started. So
Shout
this-
out to that. Oh,
yeah, for sure.
that. Drink to that.
5 graduate. Yeah, we'll drink to that. This joint, good joint.
y'all think we should be drinking to the kids graduate?
Hell yeah, nigga, that's an accomplishment. We
Look.
drinking to all accomplishments. You feel me?
We got 5 graduating classes, and one of them classes, one of the most recent classes, we got a young lady by the name of LaVonda Phillips. She is she's just a bright kid. She had a bright future before I met her, actually. And we probably just gave her a little bit more direction, a little bit more tools and stuff that she could use when she get older. But now she's in college. She's flourishing in college. She was Miss Rosemont. And now she is about to have she started her etiquette program for young black girls, young black queens, you know, and it's going to be in a treehouse.
Tell them what the treehouse is, because you ain't never
I'm about to get into that. So the treehouse is a place where, you know, it was literally a place that I dreamed about, thought about, and put into action to make it happen. And it's just a safe place for the kids to come, be themselves, feel safe, be creative, and push them to their full potential without nobody being able to tell us how and what and when to do it. So, you know, that space was just a dream at first, and then we raised $30,000 in 2.5 days.
Ow.
Fasting and praying on Broad Park. I did not move. I ain't eat not one thing for the whole time I was out there for 2.5 days. It rained for the first 12 hours in the middle of November.
Ryan lost 40 pounds that day.
No, real rap. No, I barely slept the whole time because it was too cold to sleep. But it rained for 12 hours from 9 at night to 9 in the morning. The first day I was out there. Talk about humble. Remember you was talking about being humble?
Yeah.
That was probably my most humbling experience in my whole life, sitting out there. You go out there, you like, oh, I'm going to raise $30,000. It sounds real good before you actually go out there. But when you actually got to do it, and then you say you're going to do it in the middle of November.
Was it Cash App or cash?
It was Cash App, PayPal, checks.
I'm going to tell you a secret, right?
Go ahead.
I rode past them niggas. I seen them out there in the rain.
Yeah.
I said, them niggas tripping.
No.
But listen, this was crazy, right? I can't make this up, right? Shout out to Wallow, because I seen it on his page.
Okay.
After I rode past and just seen a bunch of people saying,
right.
But I actually did Cash App. Now, I don't remember how much I sent, and it probably was like $30, $40.
I'm gonna go look back at it.
Hold that
I
nigga
still
to
got the,
It's crazy because I did something similar. I wasn't raising no money, but I did like 48 hours homeless, right? And the fact that you said it, right? The first day is
humble you doing it.
Oh my God.
It changed your whole life, don't it?
Bro.
It changed your whole life, don't it? Because I feel like I was homeless out there.
No, niggas was homeless out there. Listen, the only difference is, what I will say is, because I definitely want to give them their respects 100%. The only difference is you know you're going to eventually go back home. That's the only difference.
That's the only difference.
Bro, I'm out that motherfucker.
But wait a minute, you had a time limit what you was going to say
I was
out there?
48 hours.
Oh, that was your joint? See,
Yeah.
I didn't know when I was going home, though.
And you wasn't going to eat the whole time?
Absolutely. I actually was.
See, I ate.
I actually was fasting up until then, just getting prepared for that.
Got you. So
and before that, after that, I fast every Wednesday. That we started on a Monday, and on Wednesday we raised the money. Every Wednesday for that first year after we did it, I fasted for 24 hours just to thank God for what He's done. Just to, I mean, just to stay humble.
That was different that you even did that though, because like, you know, your commitment and dedication.
Yeah, for sure. But that's what I needed to put on display, because
I actually started following you that day and all that. That's what
that's
put me
thorough.
on as I planted the seed.
That's thorough. I always feel like it's not enough words that can express how I feel about my community, about the kids, and what I want to do for them.
Yeah.
And the only way I can really do it is to put the action to it.
That's
and,
legacy in itself.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for sure,
I feel it,
for
bro.
sure.
When you said it, like, because the first day I stayed, it actually rained both days, right? But so for me, it wasn't. But for me, it wasn't. It wasn't in November. Like I feel like it was hot. It was like hot. A nice day, but I didn't check the fucking forecast. I think it was in June. Or it might have been August. It was.
So you hot, you sweaty,
oh my God.
It was one of them good days. It's hot, it's good. You feel me? Like, I ain't stressing. I'm thinking. So you know, the rain during that time is different. Like, it was like coming down, like thunderstorm. I'm like, what the fuck? So now I got the same clothes on. I'm drenched. I'm soaking wet. I'm sleeping outside. I mean, you got fucking water bugs crawling on me and shit, bro. When I tell you that,
sleep too though? Did y'all find somewhere to sleep?
I mean, eventually, see, I didn't have a plan when I walked out there. I honestly didn't know what I was getting myself into. I'm just thinking that I'm going to go out here and I'm going to raise this money real quick. That's what I really thought. But after the first 12 hours,
real quick,
you know, you
real quick.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like, you know, after the first 12 hours, when you see how slow it's actually going, but in hindsight, when I look at it now, it was super fast. But while I was out there in 12 hours, and then it's raining, and then somebody pull up on me looking at me like I'm crazy, like I'm a panhandler. And I'm like, damn, I'm just trying.
But was you by yourself? Because I felt like it was a couple of y'all out there.
So it was periods of time where I was never out there by myself completely, never. But it was periods of time I got solid folk, like my family, real solid. And I would start giving out names, but it's too many to really do that. And somebody was like,
You don't want to forget.
Yeah.
I tell niggas charges to the brain and not the heart.
Yeah,
Man.
for sure. But it was some solid individuals that was out there that stayed out there. There's only one person that stayed out there and fasted with me. I gotta give him a shout out. His name Nehemiah. That's my niece's dad. And the whole time, the only time he left was to pick up his daughter and drop them off to school and come back. And he fasted with me. And he fasts with me every Wednesday for the next year.
So that's your niece's dad?
My niece's dad.
So that's like your sister, baby father?
Absolutely.
How did y'all get close?
My sister, baby father.
No, I'm saying, but like, how did y'all?
He like a brother.
I don't know if I have a sister. I'm not close to her baby father.
No, so
I wouldn't think that.
I'm
That's
cool
what
with all my sister baby dads.
That was like,
my brothers.
I mean, I don't know. Like they cool from a distance, but I'm just like,
well,
how
my
did y'all
sister,
get that tight?
my sister 5 years older than me. My sister 5 years older than me.
Y'all niggas just shitted on me too. Like, nigga, that's my fucking sister, baby father.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
for me, I'm like,
I don't know. I
feel like that's a different type of close because you got best friends, you got cousins.
But he a little older than me too, so he was just a thorough kind of like old head in my life.
It
Like,
doesn't matter. Like,
yeah, he wasn't no nut.
Like the only nigga that's
sister baby dad,
was your sister baby. That's something.
Yeah,
that's dope.
he the only one. Yeah, he the only one that
fasted
fasted with me.
We'd be cool.
No, he wouldn't.
Hey, yo.
What are you talking about?
I wouldn't fuck your sister.
No, he wouldn't.
But
You gonna be my sister baby dad, but you ain't gonna fuck my sister.
No, I'm saying I wouldn't do that at all. I would never be her baby dad.
I'm gonna say, how the fuck you gonna be my sister? Now you playing.
Nah, my brother's sister, my sister too.
What is up with this, man?
But I just wanted to see what he was gonna say.
So what legacy means to you?
Crazy, right? I feel like legacy is your life that precedes you, right? I want my name to live longer than me, and I want my work to live longer than me. So my legacy is about making sure that I leave enough on earth that I could be talked about 50 years later, like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, different people like that. So when we talk about legacy, like he said, it's not what you say about yourself, it's what other people say about you from the work that you put in, and what did you leave behind in succession of your work. Like what can somebody take from that and build on? Like the person that made the first car. Now the cars we see today. So it's like it had to start with somebody, right? So I feel like either I'm going to be, following the blueprint and add to the top of the mountain that's already been built, or I'm going to create something that's going to be the start of a mountain and somebody else going to take it on. But, we got a clothing brand called Leave a Legacy. Mm-hmm. And if they don't know, we do, or whatever the case may be. And that's what we realized. I realized that I'm not living for me. I don't know how much time I got on this earth, but even having cheated is not cheating. That's a part of my legacy. That book is going to be around forever. So no matter,
not going nowhere.
I could die whenever, God forbid. But regardless, that's not going nowhere. I left a piece of literature that's going to always forever have my way of thinking, my principles, my values, and my teachings that's going to forever live like any other book that's around. So when I think about legacy, I really think about how much work can you put in this time that you got here that's going to live longer than you did. So I'm 28 years old right now. I'll be 29 soon. I did something that's going to last forever.
Well, if you feel like you're old, you feel like you're young.
I feel like I'm young.
Oh, I get
I'm gonna tell you why. Because the older I get, the younger I feel. The more time I realize I got, and I always look at it like, damn, like I be when the little young chicks.
You young though. You young for
the
sure.
Little young boys, they be like. One time I felt old. I'm not gonna lie. It was when my nephew got grown and my nieces got grown, and I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? Like it made me realize.
Like you feel like you're old.
Because I'm like now the kids not even my kids make me feel old.
Right.
Because they always gonna be my babies. It was my nieces and nephews. They pulling up driving.
Oh, yeah.
And they having kids. And
yeah.
Then I felt old. But other than that, no, I know I'm young. I'm 28 and I still got a lot of growing, a lot of learning to do. So.
Question, you know who Starsky and Hutch is?
I heard of him. I don't know the story.
Nah, I'm old as shit. Cause I'm like that's how.
How old are you?
I'm 30. So like I'm at the no. This nigga said wow.
Starsky and Hutch.
Ryan, what do you mean to say 40? Right? I'm like, man, you look good for your age, boy.
I said I'm 30. Nigga said, He didn't even say, no, you young. He said, he was like,
that's cool.
He was like, no, you young. He was like, how are you?
No,
like,
but
you also put yourself out there as old. So when you said it probably was like, oh, all right. But I said I'm young.
But you carry yourself like that though, so that's
damn. I carry myself like
what? No, like mature, like you, like since I've been talking to you since we've been here, like you ain't seem like no young boy to me.
Nah,
like,
I appreciate it.
So.
I think so. I was about to say like I went to this little costume party or some shit like that, and people was asking me like I was with my man. He's like, who y'all? I'm like Starsky and Hutch. The girl was like,
they had no clue.
They had no clue. I never heard of them.
It's sad. It's sad.
But I think legacy to me.
I'm about to ask you that. What's legacy to you?
I think it's everything. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like sometimes I get too deep and submerged in this shit because I feel like everything I do is about my legacy. Everything I do is about what I leave behind, right? It's about the things I speak about me, challenging people perspectives and being different.
You being
right?
intentional.
Like,
you being intentional.
I'm being intentional for it because like when I go, I want niggas to know that like Jay was this type of person.
Right. That's
right.
A fact.
And I want and to be and when I say everything, I truly mean it because when I take care of, I'm my brother's keeper. I'm gonna take care of the man on the street, all because I want somebody to do that for my family. I want, when I leave, I want them to be like, yo, Jay was this type of person. So if you kin to him or if you relate to him in any type of way, I'm gonna always make sure he was good because he always made sure I was good.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I feel like when I say, it's so many things I can talk to when it comes to legacy. That's why when you text me, I'm like, damn.
That's perfect, right?
You know what I'm saying? Because like, it's
and it started
literally
from our conversation.
Yeah, like it's literally down to everything. So when you talk to me, you like, yo, like you said, like I ain't really say nothing to you about it, but when you say like, yo, my brother said he fuck with you because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
It was personal to me because like I do it for that. I'm not even gonna lie. You know, a lot of niggas like I don't do it for that. Now I'm very intentional. When you came in here, you was like, this setup is good. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Real rap. It's a good setup.
It ain't even cocky. It's like, nigga, that's what we shooting for.
As you should.
When your brother like, yo, I fuck with him because he him. Yeah, and it's not like on some cocky shit. But
No.
I strive to be myself. So when people see it, it's like I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But I also understand that like, and we talked about this earlier, like me and my friends, me and my shorty. I feel like, yo, the same thing people love you for, you gotta understand they're gonna hate you for that.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's a two-sided coin.
Every time.
And you gotta be ready for it because somebody, you could be doing this in the hood, you give out 300 kids, they get whatever they want, and they be like, who he think he is?
Yeah,
it's like, damn, how you get that out of this? But everybody entitled to feel how they feel, and I ain't even trying to think that hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing what I gotta do.
Never think of legacy, right? My children is my legacy, because they gonna succeed me. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
God willing, they going. You know what I mean? So, but that is like even like them being able to capitalize off my name is important to me, right? Because like I'm gonna tell y'all this, right? I was gonna change my last name to Wolf, right? My last name Dingle right now. Only reason I'm not gonna do it because my grandpa died, right, just recently, and I was actually named after him first middle name and last name was after my granddad. That's his first name and last name. And he was an honorable dude. Like my grandpa was honorable.
That mean a lot, you know too, what I mean? That's thorough.
And I don't think my family could have wrote that. They so proud of me. They so happy because of that. And they just like, he a dangle. And I had to realize like I'm a part of his legacy. I'm a part of his legacy.
You need to take that with pride. Sure.
At the funeral.
You had to get it.
It hit me when I heard the stories about him, about how he was in the Marines and got his Purple Heart and what he did to get it.
Damn.
He shot it out with 50 Vietnamese with him and 2 of his other men, and nobody died on their end. And he said, they said that the people he was with wanted to run. He said, we not running. This is what they called us here for. We Marines. We standing on it. My grandpa stood on it.
Get him for your grandpa.
So it was like that right there. That's so I was like, I can't get rid of that, right? So I'm like, all right, maybe I could just go by Wolf. And my first name, it mean a lot to me, but it don't mean as much as my last name in this moment. But I want my kids to be able to benefit. Like you could be like, oh, that's that person's kid. Like that. Even you think of a last name, like that's any name you want to throw out there, the Johnsons or whatever. That's one of the Johnsons. So I was going to change my last name to Wolf because I wanted them to be like, that's one of the Wolves. Right. Like that's his kid. You know their name when you see it on paper. So whatever I did, they gonna be able to benefit from.
About adding it.
So I could
Dingle Wolf or Wolf Dingle.
So right now I was thinking about Wolf Dingle. You know what I'm saying? So I already go by Naeem Wolf Dingle. You know what I mean? So
that's good.
That's just really up what I had to do. And it was to a point where I even talked to their moms about it. Like, yo, like how y'all feel about me doing that? Because what I'm doing can't all be for nothing. So I want them to benefit off the work I put in. You know what
you want some Johnson & Johnson? Well, I got twins. My son named Ryan Harris.
I was
Junior.
I ain't playing
how the fuck
no
you
games.
You said you got twins?
I got a boy and a girl.
Oh, I was about to say, how the fuck the other one feel about being a junior?
Oh, but I mean, if I had 2 boys, somebody was gonna have to feel some type of way.
Oh, all right. You had to flip a coin.
But the first one, it's just a first. My first boy was gonna be Ryan regardless. You know what I mean? And just me thinking about legacy, like you saying, I want my son to be able to benefit off my name.
Your work. Because if I hear Ryan Harris.
And it already kind of happened in the hood, if you understand.
That's
like,
little Ryan.
You understand? You could walk around like he not from the hood at all. He not from Hunter Park. He don't understand it for real. He think he kind of do, but I be trying to tell him like, yo, you not really, you know what I mean? Like, you're not really that, but you really able to do this because of
the work you put in.
You know what I mean? And understand that. I don't want
respect it.
I had to sit him down like Lion King, like anything the light touches is our kingdom.
That's fine.
You step outside of that.
Yo, we gotta talk about that movie one day, right? I swear. But boy, you was about to ask a question.
I was gonna say, so I asked you that because like I got a stepdaughter, right? And like I feel like legacy is also family as well.
That's for sure.
Right? And I never forget it's like but I wanted to get y'all perspective from it, but it might be hard because y'all in y'all children's lives or whatever. I told my girl, I'm like, yo, like I feel like at a certain point, I'm gonna want her to change her name to Hill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because that's.
Where boy at though? That's the question.
I mean, so I'm not no disrespectful nigga. Like he like. You know what I'm saying? Like
to talk about, but
but even still, like, I feel like without disrespecting anybody, I feel like he could even attest to this. I'm there in her life. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I think that's
it would take. That's a real conversation, and that's kind of like something.
And I definitely would ask him though,
for
100%.
for sure. But this my thing, like
who last name she got now?
His,
it's actually his. Yeah. It's like it's.
But no disrespect to none of your situation, but I know that baby moms sometimes name the kid after the baby dad just for whatever reason that be in their head at the time. Not necessarily like we doing this together and I want my baby to have your last name. They just be like, oh, this your baby. He got your last name.
Neither one of my kids got my last name, and I want it, and I'm there.
But you want it though.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think that is legacy, right?
I got the first time around. I don't think I fought that hard for it. I was young. I was 15, 16 when my daughter.
You don't really understand yet.
I didn't understand. Yeah. My second time, I had the last name, but she had the first name, and I was not fucking with it, so I had to trade. So for the first 2 days, my daughter didn't have a name. We was in there like it was the war room. Like, the doctor was referring to her as baby. Like literally, I still call her baby to this day. So, but like, it said World Welcomes Baby because I was not letting them name her what they were trying to name her for various reasons or whatever the case may be.
Got you.
I won't disclose because I don't feel like the discussion.
Got you.
Long story short, I feel like, but because of the situation now, my baby mom, my daughter's mother, she cool with it. She know how hard I go, and she like, my daughter really a daddy's girl. Like both of my daughters really daddy's girl.
What's up.
My oldest daughter, she got more of a say so because it's up to her at this point.
She older.
But my youngest daughter is like her mom still like she's like all right cool. But I was gonna say to you, it's so crazy right because I had a stepdad. We was gonna talk about that and now I never was a stepdad, so I don't know. I always tell myself I wouldn't mind because like I love my kids and I would love any woman kids that I'm around. But from a standpoint of like whatever's going on, do you think that it would be like? Cause like I'm gonna be honest, right? I feel like I said this last week, a lot of men really only know the men through the perspective of the woman, right? Mm-hmm. So did you ever meet the dude before?
Yeah, I met, so her,
that's a good question.
Yeah, nah, so she actually got a special, she got a unique situation because like she has her biological father and then she has another stepfather that was like there since she was like
born.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yep.
But like, I met both of them, but like,
what type of men are they? Just simply said.
Yeah.
I'm about to say. Even if they wasn't, I probably wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, but I would just back to asking, like, from a standpoint, like, like, basically, like, I always be trying to get, like, why a nigga not around, right? So it's like, why you?
So no, so I will say, like, what I would say is like her other father, like, he moved to like Seattle or something like that. So like he's far away, but they talk. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna lie. And the other guy, like they like
when
she can
say the other guy. That's the
her biological father, like her biological father. They like she could pull up whatever, but it's just I'm there. If that makes sense, and right? If that makes sense.
It's crazy because like my brother got a situation, like he like in that role of being a stepdad or whatever. He doing his thing. I respect it. And I was even my daughter got a stepdad, and I even had a conversation with him, and I even explained like because when you dealing with the mom, you gonna be there every day. It's impossible if you're not in a relationship with her, but you're not gonna be there whether she in a relationship or not every day, right? So you gonna be there because y'all gonna live together. So this is your family. You is the acting father. Like, but it's like how much of a active father is the other dad? Like my daughter got a right to say I got two dads. I can't even get mad because it's like if a motherfucker there every day, doing
that's a lot. It take a lot of growth to get there. Too.
Yeah, it take a lot.
What?
Oh my God,
niggas don't understand. Yo, my man was like, bro,
niggas don't. Bro, I had to tell.
It take a lot of growth.
Like crazy. Like I'm gonna be real, right? I had to ask myself. I'm like, honestly, and this go back to me taking shit personal. I said my ego don't want that.
I'm about to say definitely ego.
My ego don't want that. Fuck no. Like I'm here. Like what the fuck you mean? Like I'm not trying to hear that. But then I'm like, who am I to tell her life experience? Like if she want to grow up and say she grew up with two dads, that might I don't know what he do to make her feel like that's her.
He might be thorough.
You know, but I'm saying
like,
so it's like,
and we gotta accept that.
So when you take exactly,
we gotta accept
that. Or you gonna be nutty
feelings,
and you gonna be messing up a good situation
for your child because you taking love from her. Honestly,
yeah, but see
no, taking love from her, and I just want to say this last thing. Because I love my daughter that much to realize like she might if that's the amount of love she want to receive and this is her life experience, I'm supporting it. it ain't about what I want, what I see, what I view. All I do is my part. Now, my part not being taken away.
Facts.
I'm here. So it's like, once I realized, like, who gives a fuck?
And the one thing no nigga can
it's just
do,
addition, and
It's
that's
just
even
addition.
better.
And I thank you. Like,
And you gotta start.
it's a bonus for real.
you appreciate
Bonus.
that nigga.
It's a bonus.
Listen, let me
dad.
tell
Bonus,
you.
yeah, it's a
Let me
bonus
tell you.
family.
You get to the point where
Appreciate
you
them
like,
stepdads. That's good.
yo, can you grab them and meet me this way?
Yes. Yeah.
Can you, yo,
Sheesh.
ask such and such, can you just grab me real fast and meet me?
Especially
I'd
when it
rather
stop
do-
you from arguing with your baby mom.
I'm not
I
going
ain't
back
even
and
think
forth.
about it. I ain't even think about that because like, so I don't have those problems at all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking about in the aspect that happened.
That works.
Yeah.
That's a working family.
That's a
And
fact, though.
See, the thing about these broken homes, and we won't be talking about this, and I don't
Damn,
want
I
to get
never
deep
thought
again.
about that, bro.
Think about these broken homes. Nobody's talking about blended families. It's more blended families in these whole houses in the hood than it is families that from the initial start.
Yeah.
So you got to think about nobody having blended family conversations or even blended family classes, but that's a real thing. You got to be able to accept the other person that's playing a role
Because
like
they
you.
in your kid's life.
You have to.
100%.
That's-
And
but
respect,
you know what I mean? And
respect
that's
the
just
role
what
they
it
play.
is.
And it's not a competition, right? So it's not about who doing what. It's about, is it getting done? So it's like, you free on Monday and Tuesday? You could grab her from school. Go ahead. You busy on Wednesday, Thursday? I could do it. It's about really coming, because it really takes a village to raise a child.
For
As
sure.
men, we got to put our egos aside, because a lot of men won't be present, but they be mad at you.
And
like, you mad at this nigga for taking care of your responsibilities.
No,
like,
And I know,
right.
bro, and it's crazy. And one thing I want these ladies to understand is, bro, what you said, being present.
Yeah.
Yo, being present is absolutely a present.
That's
not to
the
be
biggest
cliche.
key.
And I say that because a lot of women, they get in these situations, they expecting so much out of the stepdad, when honestly his presence should be enough.
No,
Facts,
for
because
sure.
without the
Like,
without there's no father in the
The
house.
first thing you said, bro, is like it takes a lot for a man to get there and step up for somebody's child that ain't his.
No,
So if you
for
got
sure,
somebody,
but
so
That mean that nigga
That's-
love you.
exactly. So if you got somebody that's in your child life and playing a role, if he buys your child 0 pairs of shoes and he's there every day in the presence of your child and being a good role model, that should be enough. Anything else is a bonus, I think.
Yeah.
I think it should never be about the outer material things. It's about the foundation of the crib, right? So, you know, my stepdad was a provider. He also did the extra shit, but if you're a stepdad and you taking care of the household where this kid live, this kid always has heat, water, electricity, and then you got other essential things, Wi-Fi, cable, lunch, dinner, you know, breakfast, different shit like that. All of the essential things. That's what you're
Stability.
supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do. Anything on top of that that's a gift at that point. That's legitimately a gift because your goal is to provide for your household, and that is a part of it because, you know, food, shelter, and clothes is important.
All
but
of
it's one
that.
of the things where it's like a man should be appreciated for those efforts when they stepping into that role, because not many men step up, right? And it's like we only talk about the niggas that don't. We never talk about the niggas that do.
But it's a lot that do.
But let me
Yeah,
say
And
this.
there's
Hold
a
on.
lot of women that's not appreciative.
I was about to say
to
that. I'm
those
about to say
men.
we never talk. That's what I'm going. So I'm saying we never talk about the niggas that do, right? Because you know what they feel like. They be like, that's what you're supposed to do. We
That's
gotta
a bad
eliminate
joint.
that mindset, because what happens it's like just because you're supposed to be polite don't mean you shouldn't say thank you when somebody says
That's for sure.
please or say you're welcome, or it doesn't mean you shouldn't have manners.
No, but even if I'm supposed to do that, then you're
You should
supposed
still-
to be appreciative.
Exactly. But the thing is, a lot of the times we be like, oh, we ain't gonna applaud a fish for swimming. But that mindset is fucked up because it tends to happen because what it does is it takes away from. It's almost like you are negating everything that they did. You like, you know what? I'm gonna minimize your importance by telling you that that's what you're supposed to do. When in reality, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But how many people actually stepping up to do what they're supposed to do?
So,
Right.
So it's still rare to
know-
do what you're supposed to do.
You know I
Right.
gotta do this. We be doing this. But
You about to drink to this.
I'm
Look,
gonna challenge you to that, bro.
Come on. You don't
I
gotta
feel
ask me
like-
for permission to challenge me, bitch. You gonna do it anyway.
So the thing about it is, I feel like when it's hard for us to do things, we gotta, as men especially, I feel like we gotta vocalize that so we can hopefully get that acknowledgement, right? So for
100%.
example, I think like when it comes to like you know, a lot of women won't recognize a man for being faithful because that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
But if it's hard for you to be faithful, I feel like as men, we gotta communicate this to our women so they can give us that acknowledgement.
But why they can't even understand that it's hard for every nigga?
I don't disagree with that,
for
Hill.
some niggas, it might not be hard. So I feel like
Is
for the
it?
you got niggas ain't like us. There's some different niggas out there, and then that could be okay. All I'm saying is, if
Hard to not. You telling me?
everybody ain't the same, so we can't say you feel me. So I'm just saying everybody ain't the same.
What's the ratio or something? Though?
It
You
might
gotta
be-
give me like a
bro,
percentage or
it might
something.
be
Like,
it might be 8-2. I'm just saying, but it's still two niggas. It's easy. So I'm being fair. I'm not about to say it's hard for everybody because it might not be hard for everybody.
Man,
I feel
that shit, I don't give a fuck who you is. That shit a challenge at
that's
times,
ignorant to
right?
say we can't say
It's a
that.
challenge.
but you think first of all, everybody got eyes. That's number one.
It's a challenge for everybody,
You-
humans.
But niggas is
not
different.
Not cheating is literally a choice.
It's
Yes.
100%.
It has to be a choice.
Cheating
Yes.
or not cheating is a choice.
Nah,
for
facts.
sure.
So all I'm saying, but anyway, for me, let me
or
just
not
say,
cheating.
cheating.
I
Oh, that's
might-
your second book.
Hey yo, second book
Cheating
coming.
or not cheating.
Facts. So
That might be a card game.
facts. I like that.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna say is,
Ask
for
the
me,
question.
that
For
can come-
communication.
that's
Don't
for
nobody
sure.
steal my shit. It's copywritten. It's brought to you by thewolfhatspoken.com.
Hey yeah.
So for me, it's definitely been a challenge. So I can't speak for the ones that it hasn't been. For me, it's
I
definitely been a
respect that
challenge.
transparency.
And to be honest, like it was times where I wanted the acknowledgement because like my nigga, like baby girl, you feel me? Like babe, like I love you, shorty. I work in a club. I'm in a club like 5 times out of the
Nah,
week.
look at the
You know what I'm
camera
saying?
when
Like
you
listen, what Cardi B say? She's like she worked 6 times. Ain't nobody working as hard as me. I host like 5 times a week. Ain't no host outworking me. You feel me? I say that to say I'm in the club. It's bad bitches everywhere. It's
you ain't
hard.
paying them no mind.
I'm not paying them no mind. I want you to acknowledge me for being faithful. But what I
No,
will
they
say
don't-
is,
they ain't giving you
but
that.
Nah.
That's gonna be too much. If
But
they
nah,
give
I
it
don't
to
think
us.
so. I'm gonna tell you why though. To challenge it, right? As men, we have to learn to communicate that. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't
No,
communicate,
but even when you communicate it, they like, oh, so what you
but
gonna
no,
get
hold
a
up,
pat
hold
on your
up,
back
but hold
because
up,
you
but
doing
hold
what
up.
you're
But
supposed to do?
No.
That's what they-
Communicate. No, not communicating that I'm being faithful. Communicating that it's hard for me to be faithful, and
No.
I'm still being faithful.
No,
to you.
and that's what I'm trying to tell you. Even when you do that, it's like, well, you want me to give you a pat on your back for doing
But
something
listen,
you're
though, but the
supposed
thing
to do?
is, that go back to what I was saying, right? And I don't feel like what you said challenged it. I don't disagree with you. I don't remember everything you said verbatim, so I ain't gonna say I agree with everything. But I don't feel like you challenged. I feel like what you're saying aligns. Even what you're saying goes to my point of just because somebody is doing what they're supposed to do don't mean they don't deserve the credit for it or the acknowledgement because you're supposed to get good grades in school, but they still reward you for it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You still get crowned for doing different shit. So I'm not gonna say it's one of the things where it's like, oh, you doing what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to cheat on your woman. But like he's saying, if it's a challenge to do that, and it's one of the things where it's like so many motherfuckers is not
challenge every
accepting that
day.
challenge and they actually falling victim to
Right.
it. It's one of the things where. But what I will say is a lot of the time they might not acknowledge you, but they'll say it to their homegirls. Like you want it to your
Oh,
face.
no, that's for sure.
You know what
can
I'm
see
saying? They're
that.
like,
No, that's
my,
for
they're
sure.
like, cause you might do like my girl don't, but like you know what I mean.
and
But you don't really walk.
I
up
think
behind
that's their
them.
way of keeping us
But
honest.
no, I was about to say that.
Yeah, keep you on your fucking
That's what I'm
toes.
saying. I was about to say that, bro, because I feel like I'm like we all for growth, right? I
Yeah,
feel like we all
100%.
can say
For
that, right?
sure.
I think because that's one of my problems, right? I feel like I'll argue with my friends a lot, and they'll think that I don't know, like I don't show them love or I don't respect them. I'm like, bro, you have no idea how much I'm giving. Like I show love to you in your absence, right?
Yo,
But if
dog.
I'm not giving you that love in your presence, then you will never feel it.
Yeah.
And I feel like we got to do a better job at
got
giving
you.
our friends love in their presence instead of their absence because
I agree with
they
that.
will never feel
The
it.
crazy thing is, even like when we on here a lot, like right, like I make it a thing to like always give somebody flowers. Ryan called me 3 times a month.
Yo, do
to
I
give me
call you?
This,
I
this
say,
nigga
yo,
legitimately
keep it a bean.
You call? I cannot make this up. He'd be like, Wolf, I know you hear this shit all day, every day. I'm still calling you. I don't care how old it get.
I don't.
Da. Just what you doing?
This nigga probably get drunk one day. Yo, bro, I can see it now. Like,
No, I'm telling you, I call him all the time.
He called me, and I appreciate
just to
you.
let him
I
know
appreciate
because there's
that,
no
bro.
way that I see that man working hard. I see what he doing.
gotta
I can
salute
see the fruit of his labor. You know what I mean? And he honest about his work.
yeah.
He really trying to make a change, and not only for himself. So when you see something like that, you gotta. Sometimes I be needing to push. So if I see somebody doing it, it ain't enough to just think about it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I mean?
That's
It's
some-
not even
that's some-
fair
yeah.
for me to not encourage you because I don't know where you at because I've been in places where I could be at the peak of something and not feel really good about it.
Yeah.
And then that one joke could be
That
like,
call could definitely uplift
and
you.
it just be like, all right, it's time to.
And they be on time. Even you text me the other day, just randomly just sent me a nice message. You know what I'm saying? Like commending me and shit.
Send me a nice message like,
It was a nice
hey,
message.
it was some late night cap shit like, hey, text me you some random
All the
shit.
young boys be like, pause.
Like, come on, pause.
All the young boys.
He said, no, the nigga, you was commending me. You know, I ain't get to dap you up for that because I ain't seen you since that day. But the fact of the matter is, you know what I mean? I appreciated that because it definitely came at a good time where it was like, damn, like, you like, yo, I know this random, but I just want to give you flowers, woo, woo, boom, boom, boom.
That's
I
thorough.
try to take it upon myself to do it, even when you on here. Like, my whole thing be reminding, even when you was like, yo, you like talk to your game, it be like, nah, I'm always gonna speak life into you, bro, because I'm pretty sure you got your own shit going on. You got your own shit going on. You don't need me beating you up. You don't need me coming to you trying to tear you down. I ain't looking for your flaws. When you talking about your flaws, I'm gonna talk about what you good at, because leave that shit for the haters. Like,
Yeah, that's what
I
I
don't want to
do.
talk
I
about
ain't
where you
trying
bad
none
at.
of that.
I want to damn, you good at this. I'll be like, yo, yeah, he'll be working his ass off, or damn, he put this production together, or this is what I learned from
People
him
say this
because-
about you. I don't even want to cut you off.
No, we good.
People can't even be around you unless they about to do something, because it's like you push people that's around you. You ain't even allow them to stay in the same place,
At all.
or they gonna feel uncomfortable around you because you gonna keep saying the same stuff over and over to them.
Yo, I literally had this conversation with my homie earlier. I can't make this shit up. God is my witness, but it be one of them things where it's like that's the level of accountability that I'm putting on
That's
people.
how it
And
should be.
I don't never want nobody to let me be okay with being okay.
Right.
Now, push me to be great. Now, where I got more older and more wiser and more mature was I stopped pushing people that didn't want it. So it's like I might say
Because
it
you
to
gonna
you,
waste your time.
wasting my time
And your
I end up
energy.
with- I become no, they start to resent me. I get resented for that shit. So it's like it went from me coming in with all good intent, like, yo, Ryan, you know, I think
And
it'd be
niggas
dope if you
don't
do
like
da, da, da,
that.
da. And it's like it come off in a way that make a motherfucker feel like, you know, you trying to tell them what to do, or
Or you
you
trying to
think
push your agenda on it? What you call it?
pushing your
Push your agenda on
Yeah,
somebody.
but
Like, cause people have told me that before.
How you
like,
mad because I'm trying to push life
because
into
you
you?
can't.
It
Like,
take years.
you got to be careful.
It
Because if
take-
a nigga don't want it, you can't make him want it.
and it
Yeah.
take years for
And
you.
either you gonna take this information or you gonna kick
you
yourself in
you
the
only
ass
can
about
learn,
it.
but listen,
But you can't force somebody.
No, you
Look,
can't.
You know
But
what
this
I'm
the
saying?
thing, you only gonna learn the information that your mind is fertile for. So with that being said, it's like a lot of the times I see shit before people, so they not ready for the shit that I'm saying to
yeah.
them. So
Right.
what tends to happen is I screenshot this shit all the time. I got a plethora of DMs, text messages from people that said, I finally get what you were saying. Finally, I got over so many. I don't even want to put a number on
I
it.
can imagine.
But so many people who I've tried to enable, like, you never steered me wrong. These just people that started to resent me, started to not fuck with me because I'm trying to push them towards a path
and
that's
it's
best for
almost
them.
like you digging in them, but you really not.
But
It's
you
just
know,
like that shit
but
regular.
You know what's crazy though?
I don't like the term digging in them.
Hey yo,
It's like, no.
hey yo.
The young boys, man,
Hey,
on
but
the
what I was
pause,
saying,
man.
I
they
was
killing
like,
that
us.
was bad though. But what I was saying, that was bad. But what I was gonna say is, bro, it's crazy though, because you know what? A part of being a good leader though is letting people fail. And
I
I
learned
think
that through-
and
I
that's
learned that.
and
I
that's
learned
one of the, and I think I was talking to you about that. That's one of the hardest things, to let somebody else learn their lesson, because
Yeah, we did talk about that,
because,
2 episodes ago.
because
No, I'm in a
I've
good space with
experienced
that
it,
right
right?
now, though.
Nah,
Yeah,
Shit.
but you a lot.
I'm
I
in a
know you
good
been
space
back
right
watching.
now.
You're old nigga. You're OG. Remember OG?
Cause my arms wide open, waiting for you to come
Ryan,
back.
what you in your 30s?
35.
35.
I
Damn.
just turned
Congratulations
35.
on being 35,
But yeah, so
man.
it's like, it's definitely when you, like you said, like it's like you can't even be around me unless you're doing something,
No,
right?
real rap.
But that can make other people uncomfortable if they not ready to do something.
Yeah.
Because we are.
And I just started accepting that. I started to accept that. Yo, I really just started accepting that. I really had a conversation with my homie earlier, and I'm just like, yo, like, where I'm going, if motherfuckers ain't trying to go when I'm
Everybody
trying to
can't go.
I'm gonna just go, and I'm letting you know the door is always open. You can always come, but I'm not about to sit here and force you to come. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
And
when
when you
don't
come,
wanna leave,
it's
don't
work
wanna
to
leave
do
your
too, though.
It's work to do.
It's always work to do, and if you think it's not work to do, then you're not ready to go.
Still
You're not
there.
ready
Then
to
when I come through, I'm gonna come show you love.
because it's like this. It's like it's a door where it's like, dog. I'm not saying you can't come, but I'm not about to pull you.
Right.
I give you a push, but I ain't dragging you with me. It's like when you young, you be like, I ain't leaving nobody behind.
Facts.
This and the third. You get older,
No
you
child
like,
left behind
you
ass
like,
niggas.
man, this nigga don't want to go.
Real rap.
This nigga don't want to go, and it's not a problem for me to go without him. Cause I never said you couldn't go.
Facts.
That's the difference. If a motherfucker deprive you of the opportunity to go,
That's different.
That's a bad friend. But if a nigga like, bro, you trying to go to the club? Nigga like, no, I ain't going to the club. I'm still going without you.
Right.
You trying to go start this business? I ain't trying to start this business. I'm still starting it without
Right.
you. Yeah, you trying to start building your family and like man up in time to establish your foundation?
I'm doing it
Or
without
you
you.
still fucking with them bitches? Oh, cool. I'm doing it
I'm
without
doing
you.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I think that we could drink to that.
Let's
I
drink
think
to it. Hey.
He'll been trying to find something to
No, I
drink
was
to
just
this
trying.
whole
You feel
time.
me?
Look at my
Hey,
cup.
you
Take a
Man.
little swig, man.
Man, look,
I'm gonna
man.
take the swig. Shout out to Bamboo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this shit good.
Yo, I
That's
think
a smooth joint. I
episode-
think I got a new drink now.
no, that shit good. That shit good. Episode 6.
And we ain't even talk about mentoring, but it's cool.
Damn.
It's cool. It's cool because we're going to segue. We're going to pick up on episode 7.
I'm gonna say because if you want, bro.
Yeah, let's briefly go into the importance of having a mentor, right? I feel like
Don't briefly go into it. We're gonna go into it. We gotta go into it.
All right, let's
You
get
had
into it.
mentors, a plethora.
Yeah.
You had mentors. I had mentors.
And that's what I want you, bro.
Before I even
First of all,
knew,
give me,
I had a
you gotta give
mentor
me
at
some love,
every
bro.
phase of my
every
life.
step
Because-
of the way, right?
Let me tell you before we go into it,
without
right?
even noticing.
This nigga, right? So when we first started, right? He was scared to touch an hour. He didn't want to touch an hour.
What, on the podcast?
Yeah,
Still don't.
He didn't want to, but I want to shake on it because
Yeah.
you still was like, yo, let's go into it. You feel
Yeah.
me? But I be trying to tell him it's podcast, bro. Like we can.
So my thing be this, right? I'm gonna be real, right? It'd be like one of them things where it's like, I feel like an hour would be just enough. People always be like, yo, man, that shit went by. Just like, damn, I was just getting into
Until
it.
you start getting some
I
real.
love that. But he thinking from a business standpoint of like, you know how much, we could turn over the more we talk. I'm not trying to 3-hour my situation
Right.
on no day.
But until you got a nigga that love podcasts and they want that 3 hours.
And I'm new to this space. You've been here longer than me, right?
But
You know
let's-
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
new
about to say, but
actually doing a podcast.
Also, you gotta think about whether it be podcasts or shows or whatever that. If it's good, you gonna sit there and watch it.
Now you're 1,000,000% right.
So it's not really.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
But I never. This is the thing. I'm gonna be
Let's
real.
go into it.
I'm gonna be real. I never set a time cap. I just was like, yo, bro, if we could, let's.
But I'm
try to
giving
keep
you
it
your
here.
roses, bro. Cause I seen it,
appreciate
you was like, fuck it, let's go
Yeah,
into it.
yeah,
But I'm just
yeah.
saying, if we gonna go into it, we ain't gonna have.
All right, no, we're gonna do it, right? So
do
we're
your thing.
gonna get into it. So this is what it is, right? I feel like having a mentor.
We gonna pay somebody to edit this, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, Jay Hill doing the editing. What the fuck is he talking about? And I'm gonna do the marketing. Cause that's the agreement we made.
It's gonna be what, like
Hey, look,
2 hours?
hey,
Like,
look,
oh, we
'cause
gonna pay
that-
somebody.
Hey
to do
Ryan,
shit.
because that's the fucking agreement we made.
I
I'm gonna do
hear
the
you,
marketing. Don't worry about none of
Earlier you
that.
said we could pay somebody. You said that earlier.
I was just talking shit.
Wow.
No, we can though. At the end of the day, bro, before we get into the mentor thing, I told you, I'm about trying to alleviate. I'm a problem solver. What you gonna learn about me, no matter what problem you come to me with, I'm always gonna
That's
try
fine,
to
bro.
solve.
That's for off. We good. Let's finish this good.
So that's why I
conversation.
said that. All right.
Cool.
All right.
Mentorship. That's for off air. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
They was about to
We
go
handle it.
in.
Your ways.
Hey,
rubbing
listen,
off
no.
on me.
What I was gonna say is, because the liquor might be doing something to me. Because last week you might have had me in my feelings because I was arguing with you and I'm looking. I'm editing. Now I'm editing, right?
Yes, he admitted
But no,
it.
it might
He
be.
admitted
But
it.
no,
He admitted
it might be the laptop right here though.
He admitted it.
Cause your Mad said something to me.
admitted it.
Mad said something to me and like nigga ain't never gonna have to say nothing to me ever again. I'm like, he like, yo, cause I might have to like wave y'all. Like, nah, nigga, I know what the fuck I'm doing. But I say that to say, right? I'm looking and I'm like, you see, I'm controlling the conversation, right? Like, the nigga say I might have to wave y'all. Like, nah, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I say to him like, nah, we gonna let's
All right, let's get it. But no, because
Fuck that.
we just talked 7 minutes about nothing.
Nothing,
But
right.
all right, talking about mentorship and the importance of having one, we all definitely had mentors. And I feel like I didn't even realize I had mentors till I got older. Like my mentorship started when I was younger. Like even just having the people in the neighborhood. The reason it's important for these kids to have mentors is what I spoke on before. We only got 16 years to learn how to become a man before you're a man for the rest of your life. And a lot of the times, without an example on what that look like, you're gonna fall behind on that age scale of what you should be doing at certain
Where
age.
you get 16 from?
The reason I say 16 because let's do it in phases, right? So by the time you're 16, you know how to drive, you learn how to drive, and that's when you start to establish your freedom and you kind of finding a little bit more about who you is. You can work.
Can I catch you real quick?
Hell yeah.
It's a lot of
They
content.
shooting that.
That was crazy.
It's a
They
lot of
shooting
words
that. They
being
shooting
thrown around.
at 12 and 13.
Yes, 100%. They ain't men yet though.
But
No. They ain't men at yet. They wasn't men yet at 16 when they
No,
were shooting
so
either.
the reason I say 0 to 16 because by 17, 18, you either about to graduate high school, you're going into college, and then this is when the real world starts.
So I
Got
say
you.
That's why I say 0 to
got you.
16.
I say even less than that because
Okay.
I say that because
You saying a lower age.
yeah, but no,
That's what
not a lower age. I'm gonna say a lower year, but and I'm gonna explain why because I say let's say 0 to 4, you don't know what you're doing. Like it ain't like you. You know what I'm saying?
So you
I would
say you don't even
11
got 16 years.
Yeah, I would say 11 years because from the age
I
that you know
gotcha.
better.
Less
you know what I'm saying?
years to know better.
Yeah.
Right, because let's say you start knowing
Yeah,
better
nah,
at 7 or 8.
that makes
you know what I'm saying?
sense.
Like
That makes
when
sense.
did I don't think I can remember until
No,
until
these
about
kids
5.
too
Yeah,
fast.
like,
5. I'm about to say
To about
5.
5.
Yeah,
I
like-
think you
Yeah.
remember from 5.
And
Yo,
the 4-year-olds, they a little crafty now too.
Yeah, so I would
I
say
got
like
kids.
even less than 16. So it might be 11 years, 12 years.
So,
bro.
all right,
Yeah,
so
that's
to your
true.
point, you got, that's why I said 0 to 16, right?
Uh-huh.
So them different phases, it's not even, I won't even say it's a 16-year window because I like that, but I would say from 0 to 16, everything you absorb, you're very impressionable, which
Sure.
means that everything that you know is from what you was taught through them years. We as men have to put our hands in these kids' lives to kind of help them navigate, guide them, because when we talk about role models, right? When you young, if you got a dad, your dad the coolest person in the world, right? Until somebody else come up and catch your attention. Now, I didn't have a dad, right? But I had a cousin and an older brother who were the coolest people in the world to me, or whatever the case may be. And they had certain things about them that I looked up to, whatever, that still is in me as an adult.
Right.
So if I could date back to me being that young and taking things that I seen them do, even how my brother would walk in the room and just light the room up, most charismatic person you'll ever meet. Like, I know subconsciously my charisma come from him. Everybody was excited to see this nigga. He was like a celebrity in the family.
Yo, that's crazy that you're saying that, because you could pinpoint where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And you had somebody in your life that was family.
Yeah, my
that
brother.
It came from. But my attitude come from my old coach, the one that passed that I was just talking about.
Your mentor.
Yeah, my mentor. His whole swag.
You want to
and everything.
emulate him. You
Everything
like, because he the
about
coolest.
him.
So
He the sturdiest ball, head up, chest out.
people come in the room, people respect him.
Whenever he walk in the room.
So, all right, so now when we think about these young boys or whatever, we got to look at the mentor they got access to, because whether you call it a mentor or not, the person that's teaching you is the person that's leading you. So with that being said, if a lot of these men, these young boys is looking up to the niggas in the streets, which I did have some idols that was in the streets. I'm not going to negate that or try to deny that, right? But the fact of the matter is I had people to compare them to. So it was like I had other mentors. So it was like, damn, like if I'm in the streets, I need to be learning from this nigga because he know what he doing.
Right.
But if I'm out the streets, I need to be learning from this nigga because he know what he doing. It's important for us to become mentors because we are past that phase in our life, right? So we got to be patient with the kids, and we got to make sure that we letting them grow through their phases. And like you said, letting them fail and watching
help
that.
them navigate.
But at the same time, being a stencil.
So let me ask y'all this though: do y'all feel like it started to get harder to get a mentor as you got older? Because I feel like when I was at a young age, like I had a lot of mentors. I had my football coach. I had the basketball coach. I had the niggas on the corner that was mentors. Like I had mentors. But as I started to flourish in my career, it was like so hard to get a mentor
I would say this.
in my career, if that makes sense.
Well, I will say, I think that different mentors is for different times in your life.
He hit it on the nose.
That.
You hit it on the nose.
I would say that
you hit it on the
because
nose.
I know from like point A to point B, this mentor gave me this. And from point B to
See.
you get what I'm saying?
100%.
It's like this mentor gave me this. My last mentor that passed away was my professor that taught me everything I needed to learn about community work.
And when y'all
He
speak to
gave me the last of whatever, you know what I mean? So it's just different times, you know what I mean?
And when you, to add to that or whatever the case may be, when you say it's hard, because I was asking myself like, damn, like I need a mentor. I kept saying it, but that's because I had an idea of what a mentor should have been. This old head that's very successful.
I was about
that's
to go
doing
there.
this,
That's
not
not it.
doing
I was
that.
about to go there.
Nah, bro, your mentor could be younger than you. It's just somebody that know a lot about what you need to know. So it might be some like I got different mentors for different reasons. So like I got a woman mentor, a man mentor. I got families that's mentor.
I do too.
You know what I'm saying? Because they good in different areas. Like my mentor, that's a woman. She does what I do, marketing consulting. Call her whenever it's regarding that, and she get me. Like she a woman and she understand me, and she just be like, no, this is what you need to be doing. She actually was the one that changed my life. Not a man. She changed my life, right? And I'm gonna say her name, Tamra. Tam changed my life. You know what I mean? Tamra.
Shout out to what's her
Shout
name?
out to Tam.
Shout out to Tam.
Shout out to Tam changed my life. I tell her this all the time. Tam changed my life. Got another mentor, Kyrie Tyrell. He just a nigga that's creative like me. He from the city, my new Philly studios, Mad from Magnum Lifestyle Media, and work with him. I mean, case in point, whatever the case may be, he was a nigga that did a lot of the shit I did creatively. He used to rap. He was in film. He was the nigga that was always telling me why I was lost in life. Like the stage I'm at, like, yo, you going through it because he been through it. You know what I'm saying? My cousin was my mentor in the streets. He was a nigga that was like, you ain't about to be selling this. You about to come over here. You not standing here. You about to, if you gonna do it, you gonna do it like this.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I say all that to say is one of the things where when you take your idea of what your mentor should be, it's easy to find one because shout out, my Brown's supposed to be here tonight. My Brown started mentoring me and I mentor him. He called me, Wolf, bro, I'm glad I got a friend like you because you put me on this. But I'm saying, bro, you helped me with this. You told me this. Nigga, you and with certain areas, you could be a mentor for me because I'm going to tell you why, right? We went to Rick Ross' crib, right? You sent me the invite, whatever kid maybe we show up. Nigga, I got my books in my hand. He'll like, let me see them Jones. We gotta start talking to these niggas. I'm watching how he navigate through the room, right? And I say this off camera, but I'm gonna say it on camera now. I was moving in that joint like I got invited. He was moving in that joint like he was supposed to be there.
Right.
I learned from that. So it might not be an everyday mentorship where it's like, all right, I'm teaching this nigga through life. But in that one moment, it showed me like, nigga, I know who the fuck I am. I belong. And it was because I seen him do it, right? So it's about, I don't look at who my mentors is and how long the relationship is. It's from that phase. It's like, that right there got me to the confidence to where I'm in the event the other day moving like I'm supposed to be here. Because I worked to get here. This ain't no fluke.
I was gonna say for me, like it's also about recognizing the mentor that you have, right?
Exactly.
So I think honestly for me, it was a time in my life where I wanted a mentor that was in my field that was lit, right? Because I wanted to understand how they got lit.
The ideal mentor,
right?
Yeah,
so but I noticed that I was ignoring the fact that I had people that I was speaking to every day that was giving me real life advice. Right. And I'm like, I'm putting on Instagram like, I don't have a mentor. I need a mentor.
And I was so offended when I seen that. You know how long I've been mentoring you?
One of your mentors probably be feeling
right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I was. Ryan, imagine me reading that shit. I'm like, this little nigga said what?
This nigga my son. Did he tell you how we met, bro?
This little nigga said
what? Did he tell you how we met, bro?
No, tell me, please.
I swear to God on my life, bro. Listen, I'm gonna tell you.
He said, I swear to God. No, go ahead. All right. We back for another segment of Story Time with Jay Hill. How we meet?
Bro. Listen, bro, we had that, bro. I'm trying to never disrespect him, bro. We got the gas station. He tried to pump my gas. I told him no. You know what I'm saying? I told him no. He tried listen. You see, I ain't disrespect you. He tried to pump my. I said no, don't. You feel me? You better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like you the guy that wrote the book, bro. You better than that, bro. He like, bet, fuck it, and we became best friends.
Yeah, right. What really happened was he had his people beg my people to do an interview with him.
Yeah.
And then after me being, I was tired of being stubborn. This is a fact. I got receipts. The interview's still on his page.
Saying, show me the receipts.
The interview's still on his page. He on the interview like, bro, you gotta come down to Baltimore and hang with me. I'm like, all right. This little nigga wanna hang with me. Like, no, but look,
I'm like, yeah, you gotta hang with me, bro.
Like, no, but when I went down there, you feel me? My man took me to the club. You ever go to a nigga city and they be a bullshit nigga? Like, he never been to Philly with me, so he don't know how much respect I get in the city, which is cool because niggas be capping, right? But like I say it all the time, I'm the wolf, but
I don't believe you be capping though.
I know you know I'm be capping, but I'm just saying niggas be capping. So I actually did get to go to his city and see that when he was in the club, like the love and respect he got. So that's why I respect his little punk ass. But other than that, it's like no.
You see how niggas can't never give each other real love. Niggas gotta be like, your bitch ass. You gotta throw some shit in there. You got to.
But no, I seen how, and that shit right there, when I left that day, I was like, damn, for one, I like how he was like treating me like as a guest or whatever, and just walking me to his crib and all that. His girl was cool.
He valued you
before anything. He ain't even really know me like that to give me that type of respect. And I fucked with that because I didn't come in there feeling like, oh, I'm entitled. I'm the wolf. I'm this nigga in Philly or close surrounding areas. It was like, yo, I'm honored to be on this podcast. And he gave me the same respect in return. He ain't treated like, oh, nigga, you on my platform. I'm Mr. J Hill. I'm this nigga in Baltimore. So ever since then, it's been my dog. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's thorough.
Yeah, so that's ever since then we've been locked in.
I think the mentorship is definitely important, though. I think we gotta definitely like appreciate the ones we got and acknowledge the ones we got because it is easy to ignore it. You know what I'm saying? Because especially when their name ain't a part of what you want it to be.
That's a fact.
Right? And I'm gonna just hold myself accountable because I got mentors, bro. That's like that probably don't have no name that nowhere near popular, but they teach me. When I say they help me so much, bro, like they help me so much, bro.
I got a mentor right now. I'm gonna shout out, and she hate like being on anything like this and anything, but I'm gonna shout out. I named Coach Coffee.
Since y'all doing that, I'm gonna shout my mentor out too.
Shout out Coach Coffee.
She is my mentor, and I didn't even know all this time that she was my mentor. She done exposed me and took me to meet some of the most powerful, influential people that I didn't even know existed. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like flew me to California to go meet one of the original founders of the Crips.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I sat in a room with this man, and he gave me some real life game. And the best thing he told me, and you would think that somebody that been through all of the stuff that as a founder of the Crips would have to say to you, and he leave you with, be yourself.
That's
stuff like that.
Like
that's my mentor taking me to meet people like that. And if I just start name dropping, it'd be too much. But just the fact that she know all these people and all this time, I didn't regard her as my mentor until I really started looking at her like, damn, so you've been helped me navigate all this time, and me not even just looking at our friendship as a friendship, but she helped me navigate through this world.
That's
You
what
know
a
what I mean?
mentor
So
do.
shout
Since
out
y'all
to
doing
Coach
it-
Coffee.
Nah, man, since y'all doing, I gotta shout out my mentor, man. So I got a mentor. He hate being in the spotlight. He actually like a manager, right?
Okay.
He like one of them real managers. So he like, you know,
Gotcha.
them niggas hate the
Out
spotlight.
the back.
So his nigga's name is Ronald, right? Ronald Clinton.
Shout out to Ronald Clinton.
Whole government
You
on the
feel me?
job.
Like this nigga, like, bro. I remember he actually gave me my first studio space when I left DTLR, and that shit was huge. And that's where I met Shorty, and we had that viral video. Like that was shit was so
So he
important.
presented that
Bro,
opportunity to you.
what for free?
That's
For
what
like
a
3
mentor.
months,
That's
bro.
what a
That's
real
what a mentor
mentor
is.
gonna do.
Oh,
Not
but-
this new mentorship
Oh,
where they
man.
charge him. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with it because at the end of the day, I will have a mentor program, and I understand getting
Give me
paid
the
for your time.
opportunity, though.
But I'm also gonna do free mentorships because I just feel like this game is to be left too. Like you could sell some of this shit. You know, I understand entrepreneur business,
When
but
you teach
but
and
I
you
don't.
teach, and that's one thing. But
Yeah, but I'm not
there's a
about to
difference
charge you
when
to just
if you
learn
take
from
somebody
me.
personal, you're not charging them. Like
Yeah,
your
it's
mentor
priceless.
is not like I can't even be a mentor. If one of my mentors try to even give me money when we in there.
I would be offended.
You understand what I'm
and
saying?
that's why I told. Let me say this right. Like it's a difference. Like you said, when you teaching, you want to charge for your coaching,
That's
whatever
a
the case may
different
be. That's
thing.
different. But I'm never going to charge a young boy to learn from me.
Yeah.
Cause it's like he actually making the right decision by wanting to learn from somebody that been.
That's
through
part of your. That's part of your what?
part of my legacy.
That's
100%.
it.
Facts.
And
That's
it's like the shit. The more men, I was able to help make men. Cause men help make me. So when I say that, like if the men that could poured into me as a kid and seen, and I still be asking them niggas to this day, what did y'all see in me that like you just was different? You know what I mean?
My
And then
other-
I had influence. So it's like, nigga, if we could change your mindset,
We could
15,
change so
20
many
of your
other-
friends is going to follow behind. When I left the streets, 10 of my homies left with me. I
Facts.
couldn't take everybody, but I took 10 niggas
10
with
is
me.
a lot.
And
Bro,
listen,
but
I hired
you
all
broke the
felons.
barrier when you said
I
10
hired
came with me.
all of my friends have felonies. When I started my marketing company, I put all felons in an office downtown. That's unheard of. Niggas didn't just get, when niggas got out of jail, they got opportunity. I'm helping them niggas start businesses. I'm helping them niggas find their
You
direction.
ain't lying either because
Come
I
on.
came to just to attest to your character. I came to what we come to Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
Who
100%.
birthday was it? That
Pimp
was
birthday.
Pimp birthday. But your homies was there,
All of them.
and not that they was bragging or anything, but all of them spoke highly about you.
Yeah,
Like
love.
I had a chance to really, I don't really party.
Yeah.
But when I'm in a room like that, and I want to see who, not who like that, but like
Character.
I
yeah.
know you working hard, but I know you got a team too.
Yeah,
I know it's
100%.
people around you. So now I'm never the person that I'm like who around you. So I'm meeting a couple of your guys, you know what I mean, and they just like this what it is, and I'm like, damn, they really doing it. That's why I always tell you like you doing what you're supposed to do when
I
it comes to
appreciate
your
that
team.
100%. Crazy, man. That's another thing. Like I feel like a lot of I'm blessed for that. Like a lot of people don't know what it's like to have a team and like even like the
Not easy.
What it's not easy because the sacrifice that come with it, right?
Mhm.
But at the same time, I want to tip my hat to the people around me because that's the difference. Like we is one entity, right? So a lot of people used to being by themselves and being around people. Me and my friends really are one entity. So it'd be like, I got this role and these niggas got this role and we all play our role, right? So me having a role I got as, being always in a leadership position is making sure I'm leading by example. So, but I would have never, so it's like I was a mentor before I knew I was a mentor too. But like I said, I tip my hat to the men that made me men and helped me make men. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this shit about. So if you're a kid out there, find you a mentor. If you're a man out there, find you a kid to mentor. And I'm repeating it because it's very important. And it's like, just make sure that you never know how much of an impact or everybody want to be somebody's hero. The person that's going to look at you as a hero is your mentee. If you want to be looked at in a way that's, you want somebody to look at you like a hero.
Mentor somebody.
Mentor somebody.
For sure.
They're going to appreciate you forever.
Shout out to my other
And
mentor, man.
don't make nobody jump through hula hoops for you to mentor them.
Nah,
That's not real mentorship.
But
You
what I
wanna
will
shout
say
the other
is,
mentor out
shout out to
before you
my
forget?
shout out to my other mentor, JS One Supply. I fuck with you, my guy. What I will say is, a lot of times when it comes to looking for mentors, we get it fucked up too. A lot of times we always looking for mentors of like what they can do for us, but we don't understand. Like, yo, niggas are busy. We gotta understand if you seeking a mentor, understand what you can do for them first. Because a lot of times you're seeking a mentor and you're going about it the wrong way.
I tell them don't even seek. Just keep working.
I was gonna say- I was about to
Because
say,
somebody going to
yeah.
grab you. If you working and
100%.
you show yourself and you prove yourself,
Nigga can see good in you.
just amount of time when somebody say, come here, young boy.
And appreciate the time that you get. So your mentor might give you a conversation a week.
Facts.
Stop being entitled to their time. So it won't even, that's what my mentees could do. But the one thing, all the kids I mentor right now, there's about 6 of them, and I can play on my name. Like literally, I talk to these little niggas every other couple days, And I just keep reiterating, yo, I'm here for that. I don't want you to go through what I went through. Any question you got, they be like, bro, I could call this nigga at 4 in the morning. I'm answering the phone. And that's what I decided to do. But in the event that somebody don't got the time I got to just appreciate the time they give you.
No, that's for sure.
A lot of the times, young boys be like, yeah, this nigga's supposed to be my mentor, but I called him and he ain't answer. It's like, fix your mindset. Appreciate somebody's time. Understand that shit really it's really going to change your life. It'll save you a lot of money, a lot of heartache, a lot of time, a lot of mistakes, because you learn from somebody that been through it. And know that every mentor you have don't got to be rich. We say it lit, but it don't have to be rich. Wisdom bears no social status, or economic status.
I slow down.
A fucking poor man could give you some great game.
I'm about to say that. I slow
Probably
down.
I
talk to them. I talk to homeless people.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. Knowledge can come from anywhere.
Exactly.
So I don't disregard people like that.
So
you know what I mean?
Look, I know we talked about mentorship. Did we go into it enough?
We did. Yeah,
all right, cool. So episode 7 of Trading Thoughts.
Episode 7.
Oh damn, I can't forget.
I gotta do this on a podcast.
Episode 6.
You said episode 7.
What we on?
6.
I'm drunk. Yo, no, but no, we got another black author in the building with us. Shout out to Ryan Harris. Congratulations.
I gotta pull it out.
He just finished his book. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, man.
You supposed to pull it.
I know I was supposed to pull it out.
And he still got the Amazon original package.
That shit crazy over here, man. Niggas supposed pulling it out like, hey, fucking
that was crazy.
Like you said, you supposed to pull it out. Like, I was going to pull it out. You said I was supposed to.
Damn.
Hey, yo, what the fuck is going? Fuck,
yo,
you said it.
I just gave him a shout out for being mature. Now he turned into one of my mentees. Like, damn.
Yo, that was crazy.
You should have been pulling it out.
Pause.
Thank you, because God.
But I will start right here because this is the first look that anybody really getting.
We going right to the center
Where
camera.
I'm at?
Right here.
All right, yeah. So this is the first look that anybody
Let me take a
gonna
look
get.
at this, John. Is that you planting the seeds?
Yeah.
They gonna make they.
I'm not saying a little skinny though, bro.
Yeah, they made my boy.
Chill, it's a
That
cartoon.
look like you right there.
It's a cartoon.
You know what it is? You know what it is, bro? They showing who you about to be.
Thanks.
This ain't who. This is we manifesting this.
Go ahead, don't worry about
That's the liquor, bro. That's that bamboo, nigga. That bamboo got niggas spinning like the fucking
phone.
phone.
As I plant this seed, right? So I just want to tell y'all, this is a children's book. It's written by Ryan Harris. You know what I mean? Mr. As I Plant This Seed. Make sure y'all go out and cop this joint. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is my first look at it, so I'm not going to act like I'm in tune with what's going on in the book.
No, actually, but this is exclusive, though, so you don't got to worry about it. This is the first time anybody really getting a look at it.
So, As I Plant This Seed, y'all make sure y'all grab it. How much is these? You got a price on them?
Well, they $15 and they gonna come with crayons. We're working on all that right now. It's a coloring book.
I'm gonna buy 10 of them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna donate them to the first 10 kids that you can get. So I got
That's love. That's
love. For sure.
Yeah. So with this book is just basically the story about how we raised the money, and at the end of this book, for me, I think that it's important to find out, allow the kids to get input, and at the end of this book, you got some lines here for the kids to, when they finish coloring the book, to finish the story of what they want to see come out of the treehouse. So with these ideas that they put in these books, they're gonna be able to submit them, and we're gonna be able to try to implement these things in the treehouse. So bring this stuff to life. So I tell these kids all the time that when they sitting in the treehouse, they sitting in my brain. So now they get to have something in their brain, put it here, then we used to bring it to life at the treehouse.
And then they're part of your legacy.
Absolutely.
So, all right, let's clap it up. We done episode 6.
Fire. Nah, that's fire.
So
that's what real nigga shit is.
Shameless plug.
That's a fact.
The day that we raised the money for the building was November 13th in 2018. So November 13th this year
is
the anniversary, and we're gonna have a book signing at the treehouse. So, you know what I mean? Stay tuned for the information for that. I want everybody to come out, come get your copy, give it to your kids. It's some real hope. You know what I mean? Something to look forward to. The kids that have a good story, not just a story, but this is a real story of somebody actually accomplishing a goal that people said that you're not gonna be able to do it.
100%.
You know what I mean? So now they got a tangible
and you ain't sell a drug
whatever
to do
you want to call it.
That's some superhero shit.
That's just what it is. You know what I mean? They're gonna color it up, and they got the whole story in here. So
shout out to my guy Ryan, and just for anybody out there that's aspiring to be an author, I actually got a program where I help people write, publish, and edit books. So
you do,
yeah. So if y'all need help, putting y'all books together, hit me up. I just wanted to go ahead and plug that. But we finished episode 6. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good shit. You
All
know,
that share.
with YouTube, and again, so make sure y'all subscribe. We trying to reach 100 subscribers. We might be there, so we definitely gonna be there by the time this come out because we at 99. But yeah, follow me on Instagram at WolfWSC. Follow my guy J Hill at Mr_J Hill. Follow Ryan at As I Plant This Seed.
Yes,
So,
sir.
and all of that is just what it is. And
You gotta stop letting me say my own fucking name. I'm a grown ass man.
you did that, nah, nigga, because you did the intro, I did the outro. That was what we said.
Did we say that?
You before
You
you
coming up with some.
you
I
said-
didn't know we said that shit.
Beforehand, he's like,
No, I said I'm gonna do the intro, do the shout outs.
I thought you said outro. I heard out.
All right.
I can't say your name.
Shout out
though?
to Bumble one
that's
more
cool.
time,
That's cool.
man.
Shout out.